The legendary Mourinho match that changed football forever. 15-year retrospective. Can you recall a Champions League clash that left a mark so deep it still echoes in football history? As Inter Milan journeys to Barcelona for Wednesday's semi-final, the first leg, fans can't help but think back to 15 years ago, when Jose Mourinho called it his most beautiful defeat. That's not just poetic hyperbole. It was a game that redefined everything we thought we knew about football. It all kicked off at Camp Nou, where Inter was facing a daunting 1-0 deficit. What made this tale extraordinary wasn't just the scoreline, playing over an hour with 10 men, but the story inside the game. Inter, with just 19% possession, managed to turn the tide and secure a 3-2 victory on aggregate, stunning the football world. Yet, this wasn't solely about tactics or luck. It was an epic psychological and moral battle, played amid wild, apocalyptic circumstances. The Icelandic volcano Eyjafjallajökull erupted, grounding European flights, forcing Barcelona to traverse Milan by bus, an unthinkable journey that added a layer of chaos and drama. To many, this wasn't merely a football match. It was a showdown of good against evil, of David versus Goliath, with Barcelona, the reigning giants, wrapped in an aura of invincibility. Pep Guardiola's team, led by Messi and fresh off a treble-winning season, had revolutionized football, transforming it into a visual masterpiece of technique, space, and possession. Their style was almost holy, a total football reimagined for modern times, zealously defended by their passionate followers. For Mourinho, however, the game was more than just tactics. It was personal. Having been overlooked for the Barcelona job in the past, he carried a chip on his shoulder. His Barcelona experience, the years under Bobby Robson and Louis van Gaal, made him feel like an outsider. To Mourinho, Barcelona's flawless aesthetic was a symbol of an insular, almost sanctimonious club. He believed his approach, more pragmatic, more controlling, was a direct counter to their style. In that semi-final, Mourinho's Inter played with a calculated patience. The first leg showcased his masterstroke. Despite Pedro's early opener for Barcelona and Sneijder's quick reply, Mourinho predicted a 4-1 win if they kept their game plan. And they did. Goals from Maicon and, most famously, Diego Milito, just offside, sealed a victory that felt almost poetic in its brilliance. Though Barcelona had chances, including a controversial disallowed goal, Inter held firm. The drama didn't stop there. In the aftermath, Zlatan Ibrahimovic's fiery outburst against Guardiola in the locker room symbolized the growing tension. It was a clash of philosophies. The charismatic, self-assured Mourinho versus the cerebral, meticulous Guardiola. The match's most iconic moment was Mourinho's celebration, charging onto the pitch with unrestrained joy as Barcelona's coaches and players turned on the sprinklers, an act of petty defiance that enraged and humbled the Catalan giants. That semi-final was more than a victory. It was a seismic shift. Mourinho's triumph marked the breakdown of Barcelona's invincibility, inspiring other teams to adopt strategies that ignored possession as a measure of dominance. Chelsea's semi-final upset in 2012, beating Barcelona by playing without the ball, echoed the lesson. Sometimes, live and let live, staying in shape and playing smart, can topple giants. And on a grander level, that game opened the door to a new era, where football's narratives could be rewritten and truths fractured. Mourinho's meticulous, psychological mastery challenged the aesthetic dogma, reminding us that football is a stage for unpredictable drama, chaos, and ultimately change. The ripple effects of that match are felt even today, shaping how clubs approach greatness and how fans perceive victory. Often more about the story, less about the stats.